Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Zero number 564D. This is what they call a rabbeted threshold. We would call it a bump-up style threshold. Wouldn't call it a latch track or a panic threshold because of this profile, and better called rabbeted or just bump-up style. This is an incredibly effective type of threshold for positively sealing the bottom of the door. And what I mean is, when the door closes, it makes complete contact with the face of this inserted seal that's here, which is a neoprene material. What I like about Zero's material is that it's well engineered, and if you ever had the opportunity to speak to the person who did all of the engineering and created this company, that fella really has one heck of a head on his shoulders, because he really thought the details through, allowing him to differentiate his product line from everybody else's. The fact that this has an additional flap that's here that I've been peeling back, you know, nobody else really has that. Not that nobody else does, but this is a hallmark of their line, so that when the door closes, you've got exceptional contact. You've got contact not only with the face of the bulb, but let's say that you've got a scenario where your jambs are towed or twisted. Let's say that your door might be askew because you've got some hinge bind, you've got some trouble mechanically with the door and frame. That flap is hanging out there. So if you don't get really great contact against what would be only the bulb if it's a competitor's product, at least you got that flap that's going to be resting out, pushing out against the face of the door in that instance. Okay, that sort of concept separates themselves. What I don't love about thresholds like this is if it's an in-swing door, I really would prefer not to have the face of the door collecting the water for it to run down and pool here. I would really like to have a drip cap out here. Okay. I would like to, if this was an outswinging door, I'd really like to have my first barrier of defense against the weather on the exterior face of the door. So I would consider a belt and suspenders approach where you add a door sweep out here, then have that seal on the inside of here as well. This is a fairly unique profile from Zero, and overall you'll find that dimensionally this threshold is somewhat unique. 3 11/16 is the overall width, and that is correct. Pardon me. Yeah, indeed, 3 11/16. This has a 1/2 of an inch overall height, and then it's got an 1/8 of an inch down here. So if you were to have some unusual floor condition or unusual undercut, if it's a hollow metal door and frame or an aluminum storefront item, this really doesn't take up hardly any room between the bottom of the door and the floor. If you had a 1/4 inch, let's say, you should still be able to scoot this underneath and make a very nice sort of installation using this threshold. Now additionally, this threshold is fire rated, it's sound seal rated, it's air infiltration rated, it's handicap compliant, so it really hits a lot of the requirements. It's dark bronze, that's the D in the part number. If you wanted pardon me, I don't know if it's mill or if it's clear, if it's a mill aluminum. I think it's clear anodized. I'm going to pull up the catalog here and take a look. 564 is going to be available in the A finish. $564A. We're going to go with that being mill finish aluminum. I noticed that you can also order it in B for solid bronze. And onto that, you can do mill finish bronze, you can do satin brass, polished brass, oil rubbed bronze. Zero may only offer that as mill finish, and as a special order they can do the other finishes. They don't list those other finishes directly, and I have found in the instance where I've asked for oil rubbed, it was a special order, etc. They were able to ultimately quote it and provide it but it was not something that I think we had listed in the website. If you have need for this to be in solid architectural bronze, some people call it brass, reach out to us and we'll help you through that. So you can do mill finish aluminum or dark bronze anodized aluminum. It's a nice dark bronze finish that's here. No complaints about the quality of the dark bronze. Rather dark. My desktop is black. You can see that this is not quite the same black, but it's fairly dark. Okay, it's fairly dark. There is a link below this video to a document called Installation, which is just really cut to length, measure, cut to length, notch as required, install. So there's not a lot there. There's a link to a document called Product Brochure, which is more helpful because it will show you the 564 and all of their sister related products as well, so that you can see variations on dimensional properties of different thresholds from 0. Okay. Then we are able to tell you that this is listed in the website in several different lengths as well. Everything from 2 foot to 8 foot is listed. You can order longer than 8. We just don't list it because of the cost to ship is generally prohibitive, especially in a small quantity, because it can't go package service. It has to go common carrier. But if you have need for lengths longer than 8 foot, we'll be happy to supply that to you. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field what length you want us to cut the material back to. Not that it might prove to be impossible to cut this, but if you were to take this 36-inch piece and cut it down to, say, 32-inch, you'd probably eliminate that countersink that's there. The next one, as you can see, is all the way over here. So you're going to be stuck drilling and countersinking a new hole. And sometimes, while a client can easily drill a hole, they then realize, oh gosh, that's a flathead screw. I don't have a countersink, nor a drill bit large enough to give you that sort of proper countersink. So if you have need for a custom length, just order the next longest piece, indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like, and we'll be happy to supply it that way. Now, another hallmark of Zero is that they can supply machine screws for this sort of item as well. And that would be helpful because a threshold like this, if you were to go with a machine screw and lead anchor package or a sleeve anchor package, getting this installed down to the sill is crucial, and getting it installed down so that it doesn't move is even more important, because this threshold is going to have not only the traffic over the threshold like a normal threshold will, but it will have this as well. It'll have a lot of movement working that screw loose. I wouldn't dare just run that in to the floor with a plastic anchor. Screws are included in a complimentary finish, by the way. So if you have need for some custom fasteners or fasteners not directly listed, reach out to us and we'll help you supply those as well, supply you with those as well. Now, below this video, there's a link to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Zero products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Zero 564D dark bronze anodized aluminum rabbeted style threshold, or any other Zero product, please feel free to reach out to us. One question I get all the time is, what are the dimensional properties of the item? And you can see that of that 3 11/16, that rabbet is 2 inch worth. And then down to the door pocket area, it's going to be just shy 1 3/4 naturally, but that's where it all comes into play. A lot of clients will say, you know, where is this in relationship to the overall, and they don't draw that, so that's why I give that dimension. Any questions on this or any other Zero item, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.